ඔබතුමා කරුණාකර ඉඳගන්න මේ ශානක්‍යන් රාසපුත්තුමා ඉදිරියේ ගෙනියන්න.
So under the Parliament Powers and Privilege Act, Section 32, Part B, Schedule 4, I would like to raise a privilege issue. On that it states assaulting, insulting or willfully obstructing any member in Parliament, in committee or in the precincts of Parliament. Sir, on the 25th of April 2023, I was on my feet. I was trying to raise an issue that was relevant to Batticaloa. Whilst I was trying to raise that issue, sir, I was not allowed to raise that issue because the relevant cabinet minister did not wish to respond to it. However, whilst the relevant minister didn't want to respond to it, the cabinet minister who spoke after the relevant minister that I raised the question to referred to me as a Kotiya and a Jativadiya. Honorable Manusha Nanayakara, the Cabinet Minister for Foreign and Labour Employment, called me a Kotiya and Jativadiya, and that comment and statement coming from Honorable Manusha Nanayakara, I am not very surprised. But however, sir, I am in shock that the Honorable Minister in charge of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Ali Sabri, let me quote from his speech. He said, in this Parliament, I raised Sri Lankan issues. That is how I am, sir. In my opinion, Batticaloa, district of Batticaloa is part of Sri Lanka. So when I raise the issue relating to Batticaloa, that is related to Sri Lanka. He goes on to say that I am a mark of division and that I am a communalist, and the Honorable Foreign Minister says, I endorse what they are saying. That is pointing towards Manusha Nanayakara, who called me a racist and a Kotiya. And he goes on to say, I endorse what they are saying. You are a communal politician, but I am not a communal politician. And then he goes on to say, you contested from Rajapaksa camp. I mean, that is no secret, but in 2010 I was 19, I didn't contest in 2010. After that you took over communal politics. You are a communalist. And he goes on to say another word that is not just unparliamentary language, it's filth, it's utter filth. The minister in charge of foreign affairs, the cabinet minister, has said that. So I would like to put on record that, sir, I am an elected member of parliament from the district of Batticaloa. I got the highest number of preferential votes in Batticaloa for my party. So there's a clear distinction between a nationalist MP and an elected MP. So as an elected MP, sir, I have a responsibility and a duty towards the people who elected me to put their interest at first, as opposed to a nationalist MP who was appointed to represent the interest of one individual. So, sir, I'll wind up my privilege issue, sir. I would like to ask for an apology from the minister in charge for that degradatory word that he used including my parents. I would like an apology, and I would also like the Ethics and Privilege Committee to, sir, suspend him from Parliament for a period of 2 weeks at least, because, sir, why I say this is because Minister has said that I raise Sri Lankan issues. This is my priority. I would like to put this final point on record, sir, that raising Sri Lankan issues in this Parliament is not the precinct to being a Sri Lankan. I have always raised national issues, but I have not brought in laws to please the person who gave me the opportunity to come to Parliament by, such as the 20th Amendment to the Constitution. And also, I was not the Minister in charge of Justice, where section of the Sri Lankan citizens were burnt and they were denied their final rights to final rights while they were cremated. So therefore, sir, I led that to the people of Sri Lanka to decide who is representing Sri Lanka and who is representing their masters who gave a nationalist on charity to their council. Thank you, sir.
ප්‍රධාන වැඩ කටයුතු ආරම්භයේ පනත් කෙටුම්පත්. Yes, Honorable Minister.
Well, Speaker, it's very important that I answer this. Honorable Chanakyan showed the world there is a champion of Tamil cause, and he has stood during the time of grave dangers done to the Tamils during the war. But in 2015, I have the posters, he contested from the Rajapaksa camp. He wanted to ride on the popularity of the Rajapaksas and win the electorate. He was defeated. He got 3,000 votes. All of a sudden, from nowhere, now he become a crusader against the Rajapaksas. What is this? Chief electoral politics to divide people, rouse trouble of communalism and win elections. I can do it today. If I get into the street and say something against the Sinhalese people, Muslims will vote for me. If I get into the Sinhalese camp and blast the Tamils, Sinhalese will vote for me. There are people doing it. I will never do that. I will go home. That's not the politics I will do. What I have done for your people, check when. No, I need to give that. Why not? I need to answer when you say something.
No, let him
listen,
reply.
listen, please
Let him
listen.
reply.
Why not? When I was appointed as the Justice Minister, when I was appointed as the Justice, no, please listen to me, Mr. Manik. But I had the patience to listen to you. I had the patience to listen to you. Please sit. Answer me. Sir, I must respond to this. When I took over the Justice Minister, check how many Tamils were under detention for PTA. Just check how many Tamils were under detention for PTA. Check that. How many people were detained under PTA for long period of time. I was instrumental in convincing the former president and the current president and gave pardon to more than 27 of them. And I was instrumental in amending the PTA. You voted against it. And I allowed bail in the PTA. Because of that, so many Tamils have got their bail, including one boy who was 20 years behind the bars. That's the politics I do. I don't announce that. I don't announce that. And when the Muslim bodies were buried, my colleagues are here. I took up that 5 times in the cabinet. All of them knows that. My colleagues are here. I openly was against it, but I don't play gallery because it will further divide our communities. I was instrumental in convincing Honorable Vasudeva Nanayaka was there in the cabinet. How many times I took up? You were one of the persons stood with me. We are now in different camps, but you stood with me. That's the point. But I don't come out and say, I raise this, create this. We must create a big issue. What you are trying is put the Muslims and Tamils together against the Muslim, against the Buddhists, against the Sinhalese, and create and do your cheap politics. I will never do that. I will walk out of this parliament.
Thank you, Honourable
I'll never
Minister.
do that.
Can you please wind up? Can you please wind up?
Honourable Speaker, yes, I appeared for Rajapakshas and for Gotabaya Rajapaksa. I'm very proud of, because they led. They may fail in the last 2-3 years because of the sensitive nature of the economic thing, but they played a heroic role in getting rid of terrorism in this country. I will appear, even tomorrow I will appear for them when I go out of it. I'm not going to be here for long. That's not my livelihood like you. I'm a lawyer. I'll go back and I'll practice again. On that day, if any other more heroes who wants to come, I will appear for
Honourable
them.
Minister, please wind up.
But having said
Please wind up.
Honourable Speaker, if I have said any unparliamentary language,
Yes.
I will apologize.
Right.
I will withdraw that.
Right.
That I did not mean to do that.
That's right.
I love the Tamils, but I don't like communalists.
Thank you very much. Here's Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Honourable Speaker,
Yeah.
Honourable Speaker,
Yeah.
I think in this noble assembly, all 225 members have a right to express their opinions, but of course express them in a civilized manner.
Exactly.
I think it's very important that all of us, while expressing our own opinions, views, the theories and the ideologies that we believe in, it is crucial that we abide by the noble principles of decent, civilized parliamentary practice. I know, Honorable Ali Sabri, you are a learned member of this House. Now, I have a draft copy of the Hansard, and if I may have the permission, with all of you all not shouting and creating a rancor and mayhem inside this assembly, let me just quote what you said. You mentioned, and please, 1 second, please. Let me finish.
Answer.
Please be decent. Please be decent. Please allow me to speak. Please allow me to speak. Please allow me to speak. Try to be patient. Try to be patient. Practice what you preach. Okay? You basically, I'm actually not, these are not something that I have written. This is a copy. It's a draft copy of the Hansard, which I obtained from Hansard. Honorable member, honorable member, I have a right to speak. So allow me to speak. I'm quoting from the draft of the Hansard. You say, I quote, "You are a communist bastard." It's here. And I want to table that.
Honorable Leader of the Opposition, he apologized it.
Hold on.
And he withdrew it.
Finish.
So that let us finish that off.
Let me finish.
Yes.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
I appreciate in your speech, you basically said that if something unparliamentary was uttered, that you apologize and withdraw it. What I'm trying to tell you is, you have to put it on record that you mentioned the words communist bastard, and that is totally...
I will get all those words deleted. All those words will be expunged.
This is the draft Hansard report. This is the draft. I have no necessity to lie.
All those words will be expunged.
Right. Apology taken. I'm sure he has to accept the apology, not myself. But all I'm trying to say is, Honorable Minister, I have a very high regard for you. Okay? I have a lot of regard for you, much more than the so-called belligerent members that are here right now, who are trying to support you.
Please.
These donkeys don't understand the meaning of what I'm saying. Total bunch of donkeys.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let us
so all I'm trying to say is, unfortunately, it has come on record.
Yeah.
Calling you a communist bastard. So I'm happy that you have taken back what you said.
It will be expunged.
And I'm happy about that.
So that is enough now. So that is enough. Yes, let us finish off. Let us finish off this off. Yeah. Yeah. Let us finish this matter.
Yeah. Let me say this. I did not say that.
Yeah.
But if I have used any unparliamentary word, I have the humility to apologize and withdraw that. And I apologize to my learned friend. We are here. One must also understand only what is recorded there, because that was in the mic. But you must also see what the kind of crosstalk at that point in time. He just tried to, I don't need to go back on that. I don't need to. But I have the humility to do that.
Honorable Minister, we need not go into that details. Let us finish that off.
Let
us finish that off. Now everything is okay. Right. Yes, point of order.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker,
yeah.
It's unfortunate that you were not in the chair on that particular day, and I'm sure if you were there, you wouldn't have allowed this to deteriorate. We were happy to hear Mr. Ali Sabri make the statement he just made. The issue is really, I think, when it comes to members of the cabinet, because before him, Mr. Manusha Nanayakkar, member of the cabinet, spoke as well. And he basically used the word kotia. I think we should get out of this kind of politics as a house and respect each other. Our politics is not the politics of Mr. Rasamanikam. we are making a wider point here that I think the decor of the house should be maintained. Cabinet ministers should set the example. Thank you.
Yes, that's, yeah, Honorable.
The point of order is,
Mr. Rasamanikam. Yeah.
ගරු කතානායකතුමනි ගරු කතානායකතුමනි අපි තාමත් ගෞරවයෙන් සලකන කෙනෙක් තමයි we respect the opposition leader and just now he made a
Now,
unparliamentary word. Sir,
Yeah.
the donkey is neither opposition leader is
please.
a donkey and
Everything will be
I am
expunged.
also a
Whoever
donkey.
who have used that,
so
it
this
will
is,
be
this is
expunged.
not, this is unparliamentary.
Right. Okay.
I think opposition leader, please don't
Whoever
please
who has
make
said that,
kind of words.
that kind of word will be
So
expunged.
you also make that thing.
Yeah,
Don't do
that's
that.
true.
Because we let you speak. We haven't never
Please,
disturbed you.
please,
Why you
honourable
are calling
members.
us
Now let
donkeys?
us stop this now. Yeah. Oh, විපක්ෂ නායකතුමා.
ගරු කතානායකතුමනි මම කිව්වේ බූරු කතා කියලා.
Yeah.
ඉතින් තමන් බූරු කතා කිව්වහම මේ
Right.
බූරුවනේ දාගන්නේ බූරුන්ගේ
That's
තොප්පිය.
enough. That's enough.
No, විහිළුවක්ද මේ?
Honourable leader of the
කාටවත් නෙවෙයි
opposition.
කිව්වේ.
Let us stop this.
මං කිව්වේ
Yes,
බූරු
Mr.
කතා
Rasamanikam,
ගැන.
have you got anything to say?
බූරු කතා කිව්වහම
Yeah.
Sir, Honorable Speaker.
Yeah. Please, let us stop that. Let us stop that. Let us stop that. Please.
Yeah, sir, Honorable Speaker.
Let us stop that. Let us stop that.
Honorable Speaker,
Yeah.
just give me 1 minute, sir.
Yes,
Honorable
please.
Speaker, whilst I raised a privilege issue regarding a degradatory comment that was made by the Honorable Minister, I appreciate the fact that he has apologized and he has withdrawn that statement, so I'd like to thank the Honorable Minister for that. At the same time, sir, because the Minister said a few things, I just like to clarify 2 things. It's not a debate. So in 2015, I contested under the SLFP.
Yeah.
That is no secret.
Yeah.
And sir,
So-
that politics was not the kind of politics that suited me.
That fact is now it
Sir,
is
sir,
over.
give me 1 minute, sir, I'll wind up.
It is over.
I'll wind up, sir.
Right.
So I realized that what's happening within the SLFP at the time was not suitable for my people, so I decided to leave that
Right.
party. Sir, 1 second.
Yes.
1 second.
Thank you very
Sir,
much.
in 2015...
We all appreciate that.
Sir, 1 minute, sir.
We
Sir,
all
in
appreciate.
2015, Honorable Minister, SLFP did not win a single seat in Batiklo. Therefore, the votes were not counted. So when you say 3,000 votes, I don't know where you
It's
got the
okay.
figure from.
We
The
all
votes were not
understand that
counted.
situation.
And sir, I stand for... Sir, 1 minute, sir.
Yeah.
I stand for the people who elected me, and Honorable Minister asked that I have not given a proposal. We have been proposing to devolve power for 75 years. We have proposed so many solutions for the
Right.
missing
Fine.
people issue. But sir, when the victim community does not accept the solutions proposed
Please
by
let
the
us stop
government,
that. Now,
it's a-
සභානායකතුමා. Please.
ගරු කතානායකතුමනි මම මතු කරන්න යන්නේ මීට හාත්පසින් වෙනස් වූ කාරණයක් සම්බන්ධ